Everyone in our town called it Indian Lake, though nobody really remembered why. The resort there closed back in the 90s, the boardwalk rotted away, the cabins caved in, but one thing always remained: the angel statue. It stood knee-deep in the water near the old dock, its stone wings spread like it was still guarding something. The local legend said the statue just appeared there after a drowning in 1976. A teenage girl named Marlene Lacey vanished during a big summer storm. When her body surfaced 3 days later, the statue was right there with it. No truck tracks on the shore, no crane marks in the mud, it was just there. By the time I moved back to town at 32, the angel had become a local joke. Teenagers would dare each other to swim out and touch its cold stone face at night. I laughed along with them, thinking it was just a silly ghost story. That is, until my first evening back at the lake. The fog rolled in, low and fast, smothering the water until it looked like a pale moving skin. From my grandfather's porch I could barely make out the statue's dark outline against the gray, but I could swear it wasn't standing where it was supposed to be. It looked closer. Grandpa saw me staring out into the mist. "It only walks when it's hungry," he said, his voice barely a whisper. I thought he was joking. He wasn't smiling. That night I heard sounds from the lake I hadn't heard since I was a kid. Slow, heavy splashes, like someone wading carefully through the shallows. I stayed in bed, my heart slamming against my ribs, telling myself it was just big fish, or the wind on the water. It had to be. But in the morning the statue stood a good 5 feet closer to the shore. 3 days later, a local boy named Lucas went missing. He'd snuck out with his friends to drink by the old dock. The search crews found his footprints in the mud. They just stopped, halfway to the water's edge, as if he'd been lifted straight up into the air. And that evening, when the fog returned, the angel moved again. I couldn't ignore it anymore. I went to the town's historical office and started digging through dusty old police reports, drownings, disappearances. I found a terrifying pattern. Every 7 to 9 years, someone vanished from the lake. It was always at night, always in the fog, and after every single incident, the statue crept a little closer to land, tucked away at the back of a ruined ledger. I found a brittle newspaper clipping from 1911. The headline read, "Marble Angel donated by grieving father after daughter's drowning. Body never recovered." Marlene Lacey wasn't the first victim. This had been happening for over a century. That night, the fog swallowed the shoreline completely. It was so thick you couldn't see your own hand in front of your face. Grandpa gripped my arm, his knuckles white. "It's coming for the last one," he whispered, his voice trembling. "The last what?" I asked, my own voice shaking. "The last witness." Just then, the water rippled, and from the mist, the angel emerged. It wasn't floating this time, it was walking. Its stone feet broke the surface with quiet, deliberate steps. As it got closer, I saw cracks splitting its face, and inside those fractures, something wet and black pulsed, like a horrible eye slowly opening. It finally hit me. The angel wasn't a memorial for the dead, it was the thing that drowned them. It was the reason they died. I turned and ran. I felt the water surge behind me, a cold spray hitting my back. I felt cold, hard fingers brush my ankle. In that instant, Grandpa shoved me forward with all the strength he had left, pushing me out of the yard and onto the road. Behind me I heard a splash, a final, choked gasp, and then silence. At dawn, the lake was perfectly calm again, and the angel was standing at the edge of the porch, watching the house, waiting for me.